Good day everyone. So for today, we will discuss or we will talk about new technical writing technique that we can use when we are doing technical work. So it is the description of mechanism. Let us define it. Description is a technical writing technique that uses words and visuals to create a picture of mechanism or a product. So it is said that the words will serve as your main instrument in technical writing. Words must be utilized in making your readers visualize or see a product or mechanism the same way on how you perceive it. That is why it is said that the use of is very important in technical writing. But what is this mechanism that is being talked about? Mechanism is any device made up of different components that systematically works together in order to accomplish a certain purpose or task. So basically, mechanism are those device or mechanics that has different components but perform a single task. So for example, we have here the scissors, fan, washing machine. So those materials have different components. So it is said that we can describe a mechanism in two different ways. So what are those ways? Describing a mechanism requires you to give visual or mental pictures of mechanism in a sequential manner. First, let your very first paragraph, called introduction, begin with a formal or one-sentence logical definition of the device. So it means that we can describe a mechanism through its introduction, but we must always remember that the introduction must be formal one and one sentence only. Second, take the option of making several expanded types of definition like etymology or the meaning of the word, history or its background, and elimination follow the formal definition. After defining the mechanism in several ways, describe its general appearance or overall picture that has something to do with its quantifiable, sensory, and special characteristic like its shape, size, weight, height, texture, color, length, width, taste, sound, state, ingredients, density, dimensions, materials used, and so on. So your main focus here in general appearance is that you must make your readers understand or picture out the characteristic of your chosen mechanism. And that is also why it is very preferable to describe your mechanism in quantifiable or through its physical aspects for further understanding or for pure understanding of your readers. After following all the process, you have to enumerate all the major parts or participal parts of your mechanism. By doing this process, you are helping your readers to visualize an overview or picture of your mechanism. This also shows organization as well. And also, I have here form you can follow for making your introduction. It goes like this. The first one should be the formal definition or your one sentence definition, followed by extended definition or by expanded definition like etymology and its history. The third one is the general appearance or by describing its shape, color, height, dimension, and texture. And the last one must be the enumeration of subpart. The final part for your technical description is the conclusion. This will serve as the last paragraph for your description. So in this part, you must explain all the principles behind the operation of your mechanism. Or in other words, the main focus of conclusion part is to mention all the characteristic, the plus or minuses, limitation or strategies you can use for the device. For the better understanding of creating your technical description, I have here a set of guidelines you can follow to accomplish the task perfectly. So first, start describing the mechanism. For the first part, you need to describe your chosen mechanism. This is also where the part where you will need to describe your mechanism through its physical appearance like size, shape, weight, height, and etc. For the second part, Show the relationship of components. The second part is where you have to show the main components of your mechanism, but you must always remember that it must be categorized. Describe each element of a bigger part in this manner. A. Stress the distinguishing feature or property of each subpart. B. Explain its exemption clearly from the other parts. C. Probe or conduct a thorough examination on every observable constituent element of a subpart. D. Emphasize what a particular part or subpart does for the whole mechanism, rather than what is in relation to the device. E. Help the reader form a clear image of a subject by using concrete, specific, and informative language that is capable of activating the reader's five senses. So for better understanding, I have here a set of phrases that show specific and not specific. So let's have an example. Mixture of materials. So that is an example of not specific phrase. But when it is turned into specific, it must be a mixture of stones, sands, and cement. So how to turn a not specific phrase into specific one? Okay, so one thing, you have to remove those unnecessary words on the phrases. After all, technical description is a type of formal paper, so sugar coating is not needed. Fourth, be objective in describing. And the last one is point out significant things about the subject clearly by using graphics and other visual arts.